Hello, guys. Welcome again to the Word of Life. So, today we are going to talk about the introduction of this page. Like I said before, everything about this page is concerned mostly on living thing, anything that has life in them, both plants and animals as well. So, in sciences, the study of life, we call it biology. In Greek, we call it biologos, which is the study of life. And also, we are going to talk about some branches of biology, that is, some branches in the classification of living things. I'm not talking about taxonomy, I'm talking about the stages or the branches of this biology, not taxonomy. Okay, let's go. So, biology is broadly divided into two. We have the botany, we have the zoology. The botany means the study of plants, and zoology means the study of animals. And in this course of studies, we are going to start from the simple cellular organisms to higher cell organisms. That brings us to the definition of cell. Now, what is a cell? Now, a cell is the simplest functional, basic, fundamental unit of life. That is the reason why biology said without a cell, there is no living thing. Like you and I, biologists believe that human being consists of 30 trillion cells. What do I mean? Human being is made up of 30 trillions of cells. So for you to know how amazing God made you and I. Okay, so cells is also divided into two. We have the plant cell, we have the animal cell. And again, know that there are organisms that are existing in cellular level, okay? And also there are organisms that are existing in other complex level because we have cell, we have tissue, we have organ system before we have organism. So an organism is now more complex living thing like you and I. We are organisms because we are made up of cell, tissue, organ, organ system, and also our whole body made us what? Organism. Okay, so if we are comparing those, we are also going to say that plant cell are photosynthetic and animal cells are non-photosynthetic. Now, what is a photosynthetic? A photosynthetic, some people call it autotrophs. What are autotrophs? Autotrophs are cells that has chloroplast. Okay, so that chloroplast makes them to have the ability to use sunlight to manufacture their food. Okay, so that process we call it photosynthesis. Now, photosynthesis is a complex word made up of two major words, photo and synthesis. Now, photo is a Greek word which means light, and synthesis is also another word which means biochemical production. Any product that is made up through biochemical means is called what? Synthesis. Okay, so some people will be eager for me to say, okay, if someone should ask you what is photosynthesis, now photosynthesis is the process by which green plants manufacture their food using what? Sunlight. Now, not only that, because I know that some chemistry students and biochemical students are also in this page. So I am also going to elaborate more on the biochemical process. Now, the process of photosynthesis involves light, carbon dioxide or carbon dioxide with water. That is the reason why the first phase of photosynthesis is called photolysis of water. That is what the ionization of water, because immediately the light fall on the leaf, the water on the leaf ionizes. That is what they now have charges. They will now exist in charge. Okay, so the second stage is the dark stage, but we are going to explain that in our other videos because we are just starting. Okay, so like I said before, some organisms are existing in a cell level. Those organisms that are existing in a cell level, some of them are plants like futures. That is, they have some characteristics in them that make them plants. And some of them are what? Animal like. That means they have some characteristics in them that make them animals. Now, some plants that have plant like features, like I said, they have chloroplast. Okay. Um, if you say it's chlorophyll, there's no problem. But chloroplast is the main cell inside the chlorophyll. All right. The chlorophyll is a bigger organelles, while the chloroplast is the smaller one inside it. Okay. So that leads us to what an organelle is. An organelle is a small organ that perform a specified function inside the living cell. Okay, in that we have mitochondria. Okay, we have the vacuum and we have the cell wall. Okay, now those organisms that are existing as a plant have cell wall, while those organisms that are existing as animal does not have a cell wall. Now, example of organisms that have that are plant-like is the euglena. Okay, yeah, some bacteria. They have chloroplast and they have cell wall. And if you are going to have some biological illustration, you will also figure out that they have bigger vacuole. Okay, so some plants that are existing under animal like, okay, they, like I said, they are non-photosynthetic. You can say they are heterotrophs. By heterotrophs means that they cannot manufacture their own food from light, so they depend directly or indirectly from plants for food. What do I mean by directly? By directly it means what? They feed on plants for food. By indirectly is they feed on the remains of plants. That is where we have some microorganisms that are called the phagocytes. Okay, so in our next video, I am also going to throw us more light on those organisms and also their mode of nutrition and their biochemical process by which they are able to eat, digest, and assimilate their nutrients. Okay, stay tuned and see you on the next video.